r/ask Reddit. What do you just not give a duck about? The 47 paragraphs of bullshit before the recipe. That makes so much sense. Was wondering why recipes online went from a bullet list of ingredients to ever fall. My family loves the flavor of cinnamon in our house with the changing of the leaves, the return to school, the cold, crispness in the air, the say words that are filling this inane rambling to hopefully score more clicks. Honestly, it's probably people who want a blog. My sister did it for a while. She's an English major and into cooking, so when she posted recipes it had a few paragraphs with it. A book being a New York Times bestseller. When all books are knit bestsellers, none of them are. Not that hard when they have a bazillion categories. I know a best-selling author. He is really just a rich kid that grew up with some legit physical handicaps. But his rich parents hired a ghostwriter and she put together some come-from-behind inspirational life story. Well, the rich parents have a charitable foundation that bought enough copies to put the book in the bestseller list in some small category. And now you have a best-selling author who does motivational speaking. When the news reports what someone tweeted, it is pure lazy filler reporting. I hate it so much. Celebrities, especially ones that have reality shows. Reddit sure does love its celebrities though, and every other day there's some bullshit about Keanu Reeves or some actor from Star Wars or Marvel upvoted to the front page. Reddit, we don't worship celebrities. Also Reddit, upvotes every positive post about Tom Hanks, Keanu Reeves and the Hollywood Chris's. 98% of drama that happens between people who have no part in my life. Edit. Holy shit, this has more upvotes than my most upvoted post. Thank you so much. What 2% of it do you enjoy? The pictures, of course. What people think of me when I make a decision that only affects me. Is it possible to learn this power? I think so, because I used to care a lot. As I got older I became so much more apathetic to it. Sometimes people begin to notice the apathy and then they just stop displaying their dissatisfaction towards you, which is sweet. My superiors' opinions about how I led my subordinates. I've been in the army for 8 years, and I've found that leading with fairness, friendliness, and for lack of a better term, love, inspires more cooperation and success than enforcing loyalty through rank and command. My superiors call this being their friends and putting myself in a position to be manipulated. But frankly, I've never experienced that, and I don't give a duck if they don't like it. Yes, keeping doing you. I've been told I'm too nice and people will take advantage of that. If I have to become a harsher version of myself to survive in this world, it's not a world I care to be part of. Being nice doesn't mean you're naive. It's an important lesson, and many people seem to confuse the two. What other people think about me and the decisions I make. I spent the first 30 years of my life basing everything I did off the social norm and what other people might think or say. As it turns out, none of that matters. As long as I'm doing the right thing and not impeding on anyone else's freedoms, then their opinion is worth absolutely nothing. This was the most liberating revelation of my existence. Can't wait till I hit that point. Until then though, you will become way less concerned with what other people think of you when you realize how seldom they do. David Foster Wallace. Infinite Jest. Reality singing competitions. Particularly how my parents watch them every year like clockwork, as if it's not the same song, and dance over and over and over with slightly different emotional backstories. OMG, and the emotional backstories are always the same. And it's not just those ones. Every competition reality show has the same backstories. Can you please just mix them up a little? YouTube and TikTok celebrities. You don't care about some rich kid who somehow got famous doing spa dances and recording them on her phone and now is even more rich. Yes. Rich kid somehow got famous. How much butter, onions, or garlic a recipe calls for. I'll do what I want. Edit. Thank you for the awards. Garlic is measured in love. Love is measured in garlic. The sexual orientation of others. I'm passively accepting of other ways of being, but I really couldn't care less to know what other people want to duck. Edit. A number of people have chimed in with agreements but important addendums. My comment here applies entirely to consenting adult humans. My orientation apathy does not extend beyond, well, sanity. Maybe I'm a boomer, But I really don't understand people putting their sexuality as the first thing on a social profile. Like, I totally sympathize with the struggles that someone who's not cis and straight may face in this world, but I'm not going to judge your character any differently. I've known enough gay people who were a-holes, who were super nice, and somewhere in between to know that sexuality doesn't define character. Hey, hi there. This is a place where I think a queer perspective may help you to understand why people do this. In short, it's about visibility. When you write "I'm gay, trans, pan, ace" on a social profile, typically you're not intending that as a way to define your character. You're writing it up there to let other queer people know they're not alone. That way we can find each other and help each other out. In a world where LGBTQ+ people are still widely marginalized, we really do need the visibility to help other queer people to accept themselves. That's why a lot of us feel like celebrity comings out matter. Of course, if you are straight and or cisgendered, etc., it probably won't matter to you. And that's fine. You don't have to care about it, it's not intended for you. Just know that there is still very good reason for queer people to behave like this. I hope this helps. So-called influencers. Unfortunately, they are not so-called. They do have a lot of influence, especially on kids, adolescents. I have a friend who is obsessed with influencers. I get why a company would want to market through these people, but I don't understand how my friend is into watching these people that she knows are nothing more than commercials. The price of gas. Stupid, I know, but I don't even look. I just use my grocery store gas points and keep pumping. My parents are obsessed with where they can save 1 cent a gallon, and then there's me who just goes to whatever gas station because it's convenient or probably has the best selection of snacks. Yeah, I never understood driving around from station to station looking to save a few cents. You have to consider the gas you consume and wear and tear on your car doing this. I personally like to value my time. I sometimes justify my choices about how I spend my time by considering how much the time is worth if I were working. Did you save enough in that time to be equal to the portion of your hourly wage? If not, in my opinion, it's often not worth your time. Absolutely anything astrology related. Hits a curb. Oops, sorry, I'm an Aquarian. Mercury is in retrograde this month, so that explains that. Celebrity drama. Seriously, why do people care? Just them love their lives. Duck the paparazzi too. Where people think I should be at in life. So something like this. Married with kids by 30? The Royals. I really don't care at all. Kansas City would like a word with you. Apologies to George Brett. Drama. People get offended over the slightest thing in real life, and not giving a duck about it gets mistaken for weakness. Who needs any of that shit? Yup, people think that you're kissing because you refuse to argue fight with someone because they did said something. I'm not gonna ruin my day life because someone said some stupid shit. So I once drove to the hospital, and since I was in a hurry, and all of the parking spots were taken, I parked the car on the grass, not a lawn. That was literally some patch of unkempt grass mud that goes over into a forest 5 meters further. Guess what happened? When I came back 30 minutes later, half of the parking spots are now free, and apparently I am the a-hole that parks on the grass. So, some dude was taking pics of my car. I never minded him. Jumped in the car. Then the dude, in his vehicle, rolled to me and started ducking with my brains. You can't park here, I know. Sorry, there was no other spots. I don't care, you can't park here. There was no other spots. You bad you. Howdy AR. Then I rolled the window up. Mid his sentence, he made the pissed face and gassed off in his dirty Golf 4. Staying out late. Getting too old for that. I used to have FOMO in my 20s. Now I have FOMS. Fear of missing sleep. I've got JOMO. Joy of missing out. I'm an introvert. All I need is a book and solitude and I'm golden. I'm missing sleep right now on Reddit. Current fashion trends. I give zero ducks about it. I'm so happy chilling out in my cheap as shit jogging pants and t-shirts from Walmart. Damn homie, you got no drip. LOL. I have no clue if that's an insult or not. TikTok. Celebrities. Also any show that discusses celebrities and their significant others or babies. They can all duck off. Award shows. Alcoholism from Ireland, and nearly everyone's social life or sporting events revolves around alcohol consumption, and I'm just like, no thanks. I'm from Scotland, and it's damn hard to find something to do to socialize that isn't seriously compromised without alcohol. Dinner is one. But what do you do after? And I'm enjoying meeting people for lockdown runs. But on a rainy December Saturday, what the hell do you do if you don't want to go to the pub? I do drink myself, but I think the lack of cafe culture and, understandable, lack of outdoor activities drives a lot of the social and health problems we have here. Fellow sober Irishman here, it's a ducking nightmare trying to navigate drinking culture in your 20s. Wearing a bra. If I didn't have saggy ass boobs after having a baby, I wouldn't either. When I'm 70, I'm gonna have to roll these duckers up to get em in a bra. I had a baby in February, and I haven't worn a bra since. No point. It's easier anyways to feed the baby. I don't think I'm going back. Sports. I've never understood why people get so emotional about their teams, the relationship some people have with it, and their passion for something that has basically no real world impact, has always been weird to me. I felt this way until I saw marble races on YouTube during lockdown. LOL, now I understand. I am a sports writer. I can answer this question. The answer is tribalism. Being part of a family group, while struggling against other outside groups. Humanity's favorite thing to do is to separate ourselves into little groups and fight each other. People are by nature xenophobic, and sports is a perfect alternative to civil war or a religious crusade. Jerry Seinfeld had a comedy routine where he observed that rooting for sports teams was just rooting for laundry, as the players change on a regular basis. And to an extent he is correct, but the organization remains, and we are a part of the one we choose to love. And we are a family and an in-group with like-minded fans. And duck those guys over there. Sports is the last place where tribal warfare is not only accepted, but encouraged. I myself am a Raiders fan, and all the Chiefs, Chargers, Steelers, Patriots and Broncos fans reading this can get ducked. Minor scratches on your car's paint. I've known several people who will absolutely lose their shit over a scratch the size of an eyelash. It always makes me always wonder what it must be like caring so much about something so tiny. What other bullshit must they lose their minds over? With new cars I always care until it gets the first scratch. Then I stop giving a duck. I agree with you here. I'm a hardcore car guy and don't actually care if mine get dinged or scratched. It's a 4,000 pound object that was created to get driven. Do people really expect no wear and tear? The Kardashians. Couldn't tell which sister is which, aside from the one who married Kanye. My job TBH. I'm late all the time and never do any work, yet I'm one of the best workers according to them. I'm ready to retire, so I am trying to get let go, doing my job as poorly as I can force myself to. My employer is huge and cutting staff. I've got a reasonable chance at getting a go away package worth several months' pay. Bearing that, they almost certainly won't fire me for cause, so I can still collect unemployment. But so far they are keeping me around. I'm literally failing at failing. Any song where the artist tries to create a new dance. So ducking annoying when a song comes on in the club and people start dancing in unison. Dance routines for songs should have ended in the 80s or 90s. I can't believe we're still doing them. My cousin had a baby recently and I'm happy for her, but I also don't think it is anything special, and I absolutely hate getting daily pictures of the kid. I haven't seen this cousin in 5 years and we have never been close, so I see the kid as just another baby. If I'm remembered after I die. I like the Mexican belief where you die twice. One, you physically die, but your voice, actions, personality etc. lives on in other people's thoughts. But once those people die, you're gone forever. Besides a gravestone or a birth-death record, you're just a name at that point. Regardless, yeah, after I die I won't give a shit. Cremate me and throw me to the wind. Just throw me in the trash. Reality singing competition shows. Why are my parents still watching these? Your kids. I could watch kids fall off bikes all day. I don't give a shit about your kids. People on Twitter. About 99% of the topics of small talk conversations I've been forced into over the years. Reality TV. I don't understand how anyone can like them programs. Shit like Mythbusters is so good, but the ones where they follow people around or follow their love life just doesn't interest me at all. The one thing I actually did give ducks about until you complained about said problem for 45 minutes. People who don't want to wear the mask. I don't care what your reasons are, I just want you to go away, you're not special. Which brands are considered nice and which are considered cheap? I pay attention to material and components, not the logo. People who wallow in their self-inflicted misery and make no attempt to improve their situation, just bitch and moan about how bad their life is. Your Instagram posts telling us how hard 2020 was for you. Newsflash, it was hard for all of us. Life. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, any other Paul brothers out there, I hate that I even know who they are. What actors do in their personal life, I don't care what Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Gwyneth Paltrow, or Mel Gibson did, said, tweeted or otherwise. I just watch movies. If they're in it, okay. If they're not in it, that's okay too. People liking or disliking food's flavors. Oh my god, you like pineapple on your pizza? You must be defective. Double quote. Ugh. I just hate how everything pumpkin spice flavored. White women ruin everything. Honestly, why do people give a shit about other people enjoy eating? What color your skin is? I'm starting to not give a duck about people. I'm becoming heartless with each day and stop caring about so many things. My severe lactose intolerance. I'll give a duck when cheese stops tasting so damn good. School after last year. US politics. Same, I just hate it. I live in Europe and I hear about my own country's elections for like a week, but when something happens in the USA they act like we have to know about it and talk about that shit for a month or so. Judgy people. Willfully ignorant people. Duck M. Autographs. That my country's prime minister apparently went to a store to buy a Christmas present or something and that people seem to be extremely upset about it. IDK. I just saw it explode on each and every news page and my country's own subreddit, and I don't think there's a single event I've cared less about in my entire life. Fandoms. People make such a big deal about them, but honestly I just want to enjoy what I'm into without having my opinions corrected, and most of the time it makes no sense. What people think of me. People say I pretend I don't care. I'm not pretending. It's hard to give a duck about politics when I have very little power as a voter. Don't get me wrong. I still vote when I have the chance. But it feels like it's just a crapshoot, and in the end the outcome is so far out of my own control that it's hard to care at all. Celebrities breaking up. Grey hair on me. Politicians pointing fingers at the other side. Ice cube trays. If my clothes are wrinkly, I'm not trying to please people. I'm just trying to be comfy and live my life. Shaving my legs. Those bastards made it through a round of chemo when all my other hair fell out. They have earned their place. People who invent problems for themselves and act like I'm involved. Like the noisy part of LGBTQ+. Vegans. Offended people overall. TikTok. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.